Hello, everyone. This is James at Prague. Happy Friday. This is March the 19th, I believe. And today's the first day of what I call SoulCARE. And that was something that came to me the other day when I wanted to help people who were, again, freaking out about this virus and finding no grounding, no centering. And I thought I would come on every day and help you to just have a place to go to instead of watching the news and some positive vibrations instead of negative vibrations. Hold on, let me fix my camera here. That's good. My doggies are behind me. I didn't shave. I have a feeling that this it's so funny because people have been sending me these photographs of what people can look like after they've been home for a long time. Like, you don't recognize them because they're just huddled and beards and not looking very fit, white as could be. It's pretty funny. So I'm not going to be that way because I'm home all the time anyway. So hi, Sonia. Hello, Misty. Hello, John. Hello, Diane. I wanted a place for you guys to come to on my Facebook page. Every day we're going to sit here at 12 o'clock and we're going to, it's called SoulCARE. And it's really just a space for me to talk to you and for you to ask questions about what's going on. Or we're going to keep it to the kind of the topic of what we're going through. We're not going to talk about dead people per se. No messages. Just going to keep it up to what we're going through right now. It gives people a place to ask questions and insights of what I can help you with as far as my experience with the interdimensional worlds and helping you to be less crazed and less frenetic and just get back to the center. And if we look at this one way, I'm going to say to you, it's an opportunity because we're at home. And already we've seen, people are sending pictures of Venice in Italy, where the water, you can see the bottom of the water and you see there are dolphins swimming. Hello. And it feels like things are starting to clean up so quickly with Mother Earth. I think it's giving Mother Earth the time to relax and to start to rejuvenate because there aren't as much energy going down to her and abusing her. That's what I'm thinking. It's just the beginnings, of course. So it'll be amazing to see what happens in the future. But it certainly is a time that the universe is saying, stop, reassess, stop, reassess, stop, reassess. Go back home and nothing outside. Just start reassessing who you are, what your place in the world is, what your priorities are, what your values are. And I think we have to be forced now to do that because a lot of us won't do it. A lot of us get caught up in the every day to day, the frenetic energy and working 9 to 5, getting money, getting ahead, doing this, doing that, without thinking, without taking a time to be with ourselves, with one another, how we feel about one another, how we feel about the other countries, the rest of the world. And it's interesting, there's a worldly situation because we're all one in the world. And we've got to respect every single country. And war won't do anything but make things worse. Fear won't do anything but make things worse. Fear is a fuel for war. Fear is a fuel for things that are bad. Fear is gasoline. So we don't want to go there. We want to be aware and mindful, but we don't want to go into fear. When is it going to be all over? Juliet, when is this going to be all over? Well, number one, it's never going to be all over per se because we'll always be here, we'll always have situations. But I don't know when it's going to be all over. I think in a month's time there'll be another evaluation. I think in a month's time things lighten up a bit. But I think really towards May things are much lighter. But that's my own feeling. It might go longer, but that's my feeling. So I'm not going to answer any questions about anything, but except for we're going to do this. If you have a lot of comments coming in, if you want to brush the comments off to the right side, just slide your finger to the right and you won't see the comments. I just want to talk a little bit about fear. And this comes from Silver Birch. Silver Birch was an entity that was channeled by Maurice Barbanel, a very well-known spiritualist, a trance medium back in the 30s in the spiritualist movement in Great Britain. And Silver Birch material and White Eagle material, two beings that were channeled, one by Grace Cook. White Eagle was channeled by Grace Cook in the 30s, and Silver Birch was channeled by Maurice Barbanel. And both of the channels, and there are books and books written by both Silver Birch and White Eagle, I always go there for the truth. It's simple truth. And one of the things which Silver Birch says about fear, an evolved spirit cannot be afraid at any time, because he knows there is no experience that cannot come to him in any phase of life that he cannot master, for he is the Great Spirit. Remember, this was written in the 30s, so it's, it's a little sexist in that. But so we, male, female, us, We are a great spirit. There's nothing can hold us back. So we know that nothing can hold us back. Fear creates its own prison for the soul. You must learn to rise above fear. So this is an opportunity for all of us to rise above fear. Okay? Because that's all it is fear. Fear and love. That's all there is. Life is a series of choices. All choices are based upon two things, love or fear. And you have nothing to be afraid of in that. Really, I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and she said, yeah, I'm afraid for my son because his girlfriend might have been exposed to the coronavirus. And I said, well, what's the worst that could happen? Well, she said, I guess he could get it. I said, what's the worst that could happen? Well, then he could die. I said, what's the worst that could happen? Because there is no death. Physically, yes, he wouldn't be there, but she'll be with him. And I know it's a hard thing, physical death. It's a hard thing because we miss them, but there is no death. It's very difficult, of course, physical separation. But the biggest point is we never die. We never do die. Fear creates its own prison for the soul. So remember, you can write that one down. Fear creates its own prison for the soul. Fear is very limited. When you're in fear, you feel like you're locked in a room. There are four walls and you're just locked there. You have no choice. You can't do anything. And remember, fear is false ego appearing real. You have no reason to fear anything because you're not exposed to anything right now. You're not going to get it just because it's out there. You're going to get a virus. No, that's not right. Don't put that into your head. Don't put it in your mind. You're going to be safe. The odds are more than likely that you're not going to get anything, and that you should use this time for self-assessment, for going into yourself, changing your values. You know, I remember days when I was young in New York, and we had snow days, and we were stuck at home in snow days. And what would we do for a few days, or 3 days, or 4 days? We end up cleaning out our closets, our toy chests, our closets, cleaning out the clothes. My mother would have us clean out all the closets, clean the clothes we don't wear, gives them to the Salvation Army. And this is a good time now, too, over these long periods we're going to have here, at least a month, to go and, again, reevaluate that stuff that does no longer stand up for us, things in our life that don't support us anymore. You'll find through this experience, use this experience as a positive. Now what can I do in the next several months to reevaluate myself, to reevaluate my life, what's important, what's not important in my life. Maybe I want to choose something completely different in my life. So this is a time to do it. So fear creates its own prison for the soul. You must learn to rise above fear and not allow its vibrations to hinder you. Remember, fear, energy. Thoughts are things. So fear has a vibration. Fear is a very low level vibration. You don't want that in your life because fear hinders growth. It hinders growth. It stops. It blocks things. Love separates. Fear combines. Fear blocks. Love separates. So let this be as it's going to be. It's a bigger picture. You can't control the bigger picture. So it's a time to learn how to surrender too. Going to surrender to this. Going to surrender to whatever happens. Now, I can choose to be in total fear, which will do nothing for you. And it'll upset you, and it'll cause agitation, it'll upset the physical body, and your outlook will change, right? Your outlook and everything just changing. Or you can be in love, in loving sense, in that, the realization of, I can't control this per se. It is what it is. It's happening. So I'll have time now to be with myself, to figure things out in a different way, to really honor myself. I spend so much time at work, and now I'm finally going to be with myself and my family. I spend so much time at work. Now, I haven't seen my family in so long. Let me spend time with my family. Let me learn something new about my kids, about my partner. I need to do that. So take time for that. Now, I know in the America, in the northern part of America, in the United States, we're coming into springtime, which is a renewal, which is something brand new time, new birth, new rebirth. Time for us to refresh ourselves. So it's a good time to do that. Perfect time to do that. So I'm going to finish this off. You must learn to rise above fear and not allow its vibrations to hinder you. To have perfect faith and confidence and trust so that you can stand on your feet and say, I am the great spirit, and the wind of circumstance cannot shake me. I will rise triumphant over every difficulty because of the infinite power which is written within my soul. That's who you are. You have the power over any circumstance. Would you limit the power of the infinite soul? So that's really interesting to note that. Tomorrow I'm going to do a little meditation about a mountain, that the mountain is there always. You have the mountain, and seasons come and go. Snow, winter, Then you have, spring and fall, summer, fall. So the mountain surface of the mountain changes. The trees will rise up in spring and flower and become green, and then the summertime comes, things get a little warmer, dry. Fall, things start to die off. The cycle is over, and winter it's asleep. Everything is asleep. So the trees start lose leaves are all gone. It's all dark, but the mountain's still there. The trees have lost their leaves, but the mountain is still there. Trees will come and go, but the mountain is staying there. We're like the mountain. So conditions will come and go, but you as that mountain, that strength, that soul, can never die. And please put fear in its rightful place. Don't let it overwhelm you, because you're better than that. So everything in proportion, and take care of your soul. Okay, we're back tomorrow. Blessings, everybody.